Hello and welcome back to a world of ice and fire. We're here attempting to increase our relation with this village so that we can recruit a couple of Braavosi trainees. And unfortunately, I've not really had that much luck so far. Let's see if we get a little bit luckier this time. So, as you can see, there you go. We just handed in this quest as well. And I'm going to also give a gift because I had two cattle left over, and let's have a look. Okay, so I have 23 relation with these guys, and as you can see, we're not actually getting any opportunity to recruit. All right, I also tried the forcible recruitment option, and it said that there are only old and children here. So unfortunately, I won't be able to get any Braavosi trainees this way. I was able to get a handful, but that's it. And that was actually that was from the tavern. That was from the tavern because someone actually told me that I needed to speak to the last person in there that I hadn't spoken to beforehand. And yeah, it is actually true. I was able to recruit a couple of them. Unfortunately, we are now in a situation where I need to either wait for more people from the tavern or, well, nothing else, because apparently the villages, if you're not the right religion, they just don't give you anything. So I will check and see whether these Braavosi trainees may want to join us. A cool thing is we do have Mr. Crab leveling up here, and, well, unfortunately he does need another 2 levels to be able to advance his engineering skill, but, you know, he's eventually going to get there, which is pretty nice. Now, what I've actually done is we are going to be specking into tactics here, even though we do have a person that does tactics already, but I'm just going to do that as it is. Anyway, what I've actually done is I've managed to find Bravo, and these are indeed going to level up eventually into skilled Braavosi, and they are going to be the thing that we need for the quest. As you can see, we need a dozen, which is actually exactly what we have. Hello again, Elias. I trust things are well. I bring you the dozen skilled Bravos. Marvelous! These men are just as I've requested. An old friend of mine in the Free Cities is in need of their services. A very wealthy man with great influence in Essos. You see, swordsmen of such extraordinary skills as those of your new compatriots are a valued commodity among certain circles in the Free Cities. More so if their talents are proven on the field of battle. Your comrades will want for nothing in their new life working for my old friend, and in turn he shall accrue great prestige from having them in his retinue. I'll say no more, other than that you've proven a most valuable agent to me. Your reward, my friend, as promised, use it in good health, and he gave us 3,300. All right. Ah, it's you. I trust you've been well since our last meeting. These are dangerous times. Okay, well, an odd request, surely. Let's see here. It feels perfect for a stroll. Why don't you meet me near the Sept of Baelor, and we can discuss some items of note? Well, an odd request, but sure. Okay. So we have to go to the Great Sept of Baelor atop Visenya's Hill to discuss some intriguing matters. And indeed, we will visit the Great Sept of Baelor. Here we go. I hope he, you know what? I hope he doesn't attack me. I have a bad feeling about this, though, to be honest. But I highly doubt it. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would attack. He does seem like the kind of guy that would give us an ambush, though. Do I need to go here? Do I need to go here at a certain time, or did it say that I need to go there at a certain time? Near. I mean, I'm here. Maybe I'm in the wrong place. Ah, there he is. Fantastic. Ah, the Sept of Baelor, beautiful, isn't it? Fully recovered from the sack of King's Landing during King Robert's rebellion. It was the only building project Lord Tywin deigned to contribute to free of charge after his army returned home with their plunder. We're standing not far from where Lord Eddard Stark, former Hand of the King, lost his head. He was a good man and didn't deserve this fate, or the misery that befell his family. But in my experience, people rarely get what they deserve. Often and those are punished who should be praised, and those who are praised should instead be punished. After the sack of King's Landing, Eddard Stark was the only lord to demand any justice for the murders of Elia of Dorne and her children. He nearly lost his head then, too. What do you think? Would you have agreed? Would you have agreed, even, with Eddard Stark? Did the Targaryen children and their mother not deserve justice? I'm going to say no one deserved that, least of all a mother and her children. A most rare insight. Very few would utter such words for fear of angering those who have risen on the downfall of the Targaryen family. Your compassion does you credit, as does your dedication to the realm. You've proven yourself a valuable ally to me, which is why I have one more task for you. I need you to return to Dorne once more, this time with a message in hand. Seek an audience with Ellaria Sand, and all will be explained. I have got much to prepare for, and I hope you make the right decision. Fare you well. Okay, so I'm going to assume that this is her. Is this her? I actually have no idea. I really have no idea. But, yeah, so we now have to go down to Dorne. And I actually have no idea where we have to go. There we go, yes. Salt Breeze. Salt Breeze. Where is that? Oh, it's right there. Okay, so this is very easy for us because all I have to do is sail from the port. Okay, so we've arrived in Salt Breeze, and we're now... Oh, I'm actually using a lame horse. That is hilarious. I should really replace this. Okay, so Ellaria Sand. So you're Varys' agent. I'd never expected him to contract someone openly, especially a warrior such as yourself. He's many who serve... He's many who serve him? He has many who serve him. I have no idea. But few walk openly in the light as you do. I'm Ellaria Sand. The message you've brought me is brief, but speaks of your reliability. I hope that's the case. Why do you serve the Spider? For baubles, perhaps, or does his talk of serving the realm appeal to your sense of duty? Well, he speaks of serving the realm, not just whomever sits the throne, or himself. Westeros is torn by war. Those who should protect it instead destroy it. I fear dark days are ahead for Dorne if the land should trade wardens for warlords intent on their own enrichment. The North and the Riverlands both strive for their independence. The Lannisters seek to regain control, no matter the cost. Stannis fights for dominance, whilst the Reach blunders under the direction of Mace Tyrell, and the Vale and the Iron Islands do as they please. These conflicts are a festering wound that needs to be cauterized by fire. Only one house has ever managed to unite these desperate lands, and they did so 300 years ago. The Targaryens, but they're all dead, aren't they? Not all, no. One remains in the world to my knowledge. Alas, the other one fell victim to a crown of molten gold. She is within reach of contact, and only through a source you and I both know. Varys? Varys has been in contact with Daenerys Targaryen. I am told she has gathered an army of Dothraki Unsullied and plans to sail on to Westeros. We are told she will be first stopping at Dragonstone. Varys says you're sympathetic to the plight of the realm. If the Dragon Queen comes across the narrow sea with her army, Dorne will be ready to bear arms for her. But she will need more than allies. She is in desperate need of loyal vassals if she is to reclaim her birthright, whether for riches or for the good of the realm. You need to muster your strength and prepare to join with her. I guarantee that you may be received properly when she reaches Westeros of your intent. Are you prepared for the days ahead? I'm ready to aid the Targaryens in their fight for the Iron Throne. I surely am. I surely am. I think this is going to be fun. I think that's fun. I think that sounds cool. Good, good. Know that you've made the right decision. Prepare yourself, gather friends, and sharpen blades. When the Dragon Queen arrives, cast off all prior allegiance and join with us. Take this for your trouble, and know that Dorne will fight alongside you. Ooh, now I have no idea how our dog got knocked unconscious, but I am actually very much looking forward to this. I have no idea what is actually going to happen. I am assuming that Varys is going to tell us when we return to him. I've delivered the message, and I agreed. You're truly a noble man, Elias. I'm delighted that you've made the right decision. You'll always be a friend to me, and I thank you for your services to the realm. Alright, so that's it? There we go. I've got no more need of you right now. Maybe some other time. Okay. Well, I'm actually very excited about that. I have no idea when that is actually going to happen. But we have a number of other things that we can do in the meantime. I started my settlement there, by the way, which is rather funny. But yeah, we are no longer welcome in the Vale's territory. I mean, for some reason, we're not at war with them, technically, but they still do not like me one bit. So very, very difficult. But yeah, there's one thing that I actually like to do. There is a certain camp in the north, and we might actually be able to complete that fight now. I'm not sure whether we will be able to, but I'm going to try. One of your commanders has news delivered by a raven. He goes on to read, I am Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the mother of dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the breaker of chains. Your queen invites you to Dragonstone to bend the knee and pledge your allegiance to House Targaryen. And indeed, that is actually what we are going to do. I feel like that's going to be really, really fun. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now because I am currently right next to the wall as we are going to end up doing a small event that I have wanted to do for a very long time. And I think we have a decent enough army to be able to handle it, hopefully. And then once we've done that, it's not going to take us that long. And if I do fail, then it's going to be game over anyway. But basically, as soon as we're done with that, we're going to go down to Dragonstone and pledge allegiance. Through the thick fog and snowfall, you can vaguely see several campfires flickering in the distance. The cold, icy wind is howling in your direction, and the smell of what you assume to be pork becomes far less quaint as you amble a little forwards. Continue your approach. Alright, so this is going to be us fighting against a huge number of enemies, and we are going to have to be extremely careful here. As you could see, well, as you may or may not see actually, because I was going to bring up the battle map, but there is no ability to do that. That apparently is disabled right now. So this is going to be very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to be putting my guys in a shield wall straight away. And we're going to be moving them ahead here. Going to put these guys here. Yeah, so as you can see, we do have a couple of tiger cloaks. I was actually managing to recruit some Valentine slaves, and on my way up here, I managed to level them, thanks to trainer skill, of course. We don't have the highest tier or anything like that, but we are hopefully going to have slightly better ranged capability than what we're used to, at least. Now, we are up against wildlings, as you see. And now this is going to be, I'm hopeful that I'm not entirely sure why, but my infantry always takes an insane amount of time to get into position. And I don't know why that is, because as you can see, I am telling them, hold position, hold position, hold position, over and over again. And they are taking way too long to do that for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, kind of a bit weird. But that's okay, you know, that's okay. Well, as long as we're not losing as a result of their inaction, that is all that I really care about, you know. We just need to make sure that we're going to win this. If we don't, you can best bet that something bad is going to happen, I'm going to assume, because most of the events in the mod will have some kind of sudden death mechanic associated with it. So let's just hope, shall we? Let's just hope that we're going to do okay here. I'm going to tell my forces to move forward a little bit more here. I'm actually wondering if I'm being too careful. Am I being too careful here? I might potentially be. I'm not sure. I mean, you can see here, how many more people do they... They don't even have that many people. I think we might be able to do okay here. Okay, we're going to attack the enemy archer division. I'm going to just move my forces forward. What? Wait a minute. How did a veteran Unsullied knock himself unconscious? What? How does that happen? I wouldn't be able to tell you, apparently. Yeah, that is That is utter ridiculousness there. I don't know why why that happened, but okay. Anyway, these guys are extremely easy, as you can quite clearly see. We are maybe going to have a pretty easy time here, after all. But I just wanted to show you this, because this is indeed an event that you can do potentially to level up quite dramatically. At least a medium-size, medium-strength army, because obviously wildlings, they're not going to be amazing, you know, they're not going to be the most powerful enemies ever. However, we have weakened them somewhat significantly. I mean, I don't know whether you saw, but we actually did kill quite a few wildling berserkers and stuff like that, and that has, I think at least, probably made a pretty big difference to our overall success here. I don't know whether the wildling berserkers are super powerful or anything like that, but I'm going to assume that because they're called berserkers, they're probably going to be very low defense, but maybe extremely high offense. And so as a result, they may in fact be extremely dangerous, and we might have dodged a bullet, as it were. Yes, as you can see, there's a wildling raged berserker. They're quite tricky. Yeah, can I actually tell my... Oh, okay, we lost our horse instantaneously and I'm dead. And as you see, because I am now dead, it says you have lost. As you lay bloodied upon the ground and drifting in and out of consciousness, you vaguely recognize a large man standing over you. He smiles excitedly, exposing his rotten teeth, and then shouts, "Fresh meat." You thankfully lose consciousness for one last time. You have died. And indeed, that actually chucks us out onto the main menu. That is going to be a main menu right there, and that is a complete and utter game over. That's the reason why I said to you, probably best not to die. Unfortunately, I did. Alright, so this time around, what I'm actually going to do is I am going to charge every single person in here, and I'm not going to be delaying, okay? I'm not going to be delaying at all. I'm just going to charge everyone, and, you know, hopefully we're still going to do just fine, because the wildlings were not that dangerous, or at least it felt like they weren't that dangerous. I obviously got eliminated because my horse was killed. And funnily enough, it's quite amusing that if I die, it's basically game over. So it pretty much rewards us for playing very, shall we say, passively, which I am not that big a fan of, as you know, because I really love charging in. Alright, so I have a wonderful little area here where we can watch the battle unfold, and you can see that we're basically doing the same thing that we did beforehand, but instead of me running in and actually trying to get a couple of kills and stuff like that, I mean, you can see here that the arrow is still sticking in my shoulder from where we were shot, which is actually extremely cool. I love those kinds of details. I really appreciate that kind of thing, because generally, whenever we've done battles in the past and you know, we've gotten shot multiple times, I always think to myself, where did the arrow go? You know, where did the arrow go? But yeah, no, we can see it right here. And I personally feel like that really increases the immersion factor. And I absolutely love that. Anyway, as you can see, we are going to be achieving victory, or at least I hope so. And I am going to be a little bit audacious here by charging in. Hopefully I'm not going to get myself killed in the meantime. I mean, my horse, obviously, you know, if it dies, we are more than likely going to die ourselves. So I am going to be a bit careful here about dealing with these fellows, but we should be okay. I'm going to just tell my infantry to charge in now because, well, there's only like, what, 3 enemies remaining. If one of these guys actually manages to kill some of my people, then I will be very surprised. But yeah, there you go. I believe that is indeed a victory for us. I wonder what we're going to get for it. I have no idea. What are we going to get for our encounter here? I'm hopeful that it's going to be something really cool, something really fun, because then I can show you exactly what it is, so that you know whether you want to come here yourself and, you know, try your luck against the wildlings. Search around the camp for more loot. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I have no idea. I have no idea where that would be. I'm going to assume over here somewhere, maybe. There it is. There's the chest. Fantastic. Wow, that was actually pure luck. I really don't know where the chest is. And there it is. Okay, so we got an ice pick, a stone spear, stone axe. Well, I can't actually take anything else, so I'm going to just swap out that, I suppose, and a war trophy. Okay, I'm not entirely sure. Is this worth it? Is any of this actually worth it? I'm not entirely sure. Is there anything else? I'm wondering whether there is another chest. There might be another chest. I highly doubt it, because that seems to be it. But, yeah. Anyway, personally for me, I do think that this is a worthwhile encounter to do. But you are going to need to have at least medium tier units. I mean, obviously, my army is way too strong for this particular encounter right now. But I have to admit that it is very cool. It is a wonderful, wonderful encounter to go into. And as I say, great way to level up a medium tier army. Nothing, I think it's probably going to be too difficult for a low tier army. Possibly. It depends on the size, of course. But I don't know, wildlings are not that difficult, so maybe you'll get good luck. But yeah, anyway, I believe that is indeed it. I don't think there are any other chests around here. I was just making sure, because I'm pretty confident that as soon as we leave here, there won't be any way for me to come back. So let's see. You have slain all the cannibals from the Icy River tribe and share out the rewards. And, oh, there we go. We actually did get something amazing. It is Bloodbringer. Bloodbringer. Oh, yes. Okay, that is actually absolutely amazing. That is very, very cool. And, yeah, it is a sturdy and exceptionally sharp bastard sword of remarkable craftsmanship. I'm pretty sure... Is that a Valyrian steel sword? I think so, right? I think so. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm not going to be taking anything else here, even though all these stone axes have piercing damage, which I think is very funny, because these things are literally going to absolutely slaughter anything that they attack. And as you can see, you can even loot human flesh. Look at that. You can even loot human flesh. It gives you 0 to party morale, unfortunately. But if you want it, it's here. Alright, so we're gonna go in and actually pledge ourselves to Queen Daenerys here, and I am... There we go. I was actually gonna say, I don't know where she is, but yes, she is here. Okay, I'm the great Elias... No, I'm not gonna say I'm the great Elias Mormont, thank you very much. I'm gonna just say, my name is Elias Mormont, at your service, madam. I'm Queen Daenerys Targaryen, the ruler of House Targaryen and the Lord of Dragonstone, Aenar's Rest, and Cracklaw. Yeah, I don't know why I delivered the line that way, but there you go. I have come to offer you my sword in vassalage. You're known as a brave man-at-arms and a fine leader of men, Elias. I'm ready. Let's do this. Don't give me anything, though. There we go. Yes. Fantastic. So now we are at war against the Westerlands. As we've already completed Varys' quest, we don't know, we don't need to actually go into King's Landing any further, so that's actually pretty cool. And there we go. She's got great hopes in us, and we will hopefully do a relatively good job. But that is going to be it for this episode. Next time, we're going to be going to war against the Westerlands with Queen Daenerys with us, and I'm actually very excited about this. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.